Hey guys, welcome to another WordPress tutorial on Zeilhan. Today we have a very interesting video where we're going to learn how to build a website for yourself if you're a freelancer and if you have a creative agency like a videography agency or perhaps you have a graphics design agency. This is also helpful for solopreneurs, so I think it's going to be mainly for solopreneurs and freelancers. Now here's the interesting thing about this tutorial. Normally we would have just one hero section like this. So this is called a hero section. It's above the fold. We're going to explain all of that in the tutorial. But for this one, I couldn't decide on using this as the hero section or using this as the hero section. Lucky for you, we're going to teach you how to create both of them, and the one that you like most, you can choose. We will also teach you how to edit different parts of this website so that it can fit your tastes and your desires. We have taken the extra step because we don't believe in building websites, we believe in online businesses, which means that your website should function like a business, get you leads, get you sales, make you money. So we've taken the extra step of teaching you also how to do lead generation on this website, as you can see right here with the request a project. What I'm going to do is I am going to just click on this icon right here. It is going to show the website as it is. As it shows the website as it is, we can go ahead and click on request a project. It's going to take us to a place where we're going to complete a form telling them what is it that we need. Oh look, this part wasn't labeled properly, but you'll learn how to fix that in the tutorial. Guys, this tutorial is going to be a very good one. I don't want to ramble on before it gets started, but we're going to teach you everything that you need to know, even if you are a complete beginner, like you've never built a website in your entire life and you need a website. This is a tutorial to take you from zero to hero in about 2 hours. My name is James Roberts. At Zeilhan, we help businesses succeed online. That means that we are going to build websites, we're going to learn about entrepreneurship and business, and we're going to learn how to make more money. So if you're interested in that kind of content, go ahead and hit subscribe and you can check out our other tutorials. So thank you for watching. Let's get going. All right, to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to get our domain name and we're going to set up our website hosting. The way we're going to go about this is not the way that they normally do it. And here's what I mean. In the description of this video, there's going to be a link to different website hosts. We're going to have Name Hero and a few others. What we're going to do is we are going to get our domain name from Name Hero. All right. So you're going to click on the link in the description. It's going to take you to Name Hero. Hopefully you don't have to go through reCAPTCHA like I have to go through here. And then it's going to take you to Name Hero. The domain name is going to be your .com, your .co, your .org. The name of your website, the website address. So google.com, namehero.com, that's the domain name. Most times it's going to be your businessname.com. So if your business is Pete's Pizzas, it's going to be petespizzas.com. And sometimes it can be .co.uk depending on what you'd like. And then after that, you're going to set up what's called hosting. Hosting is going to be the computer that is on 24/7 or the server that is on 24/7. That's going to make your website available across the globe. What we're going to do that's different, and I'm going to show you how to do it the regular way. We're not going to be using shared hosting, that is Name Hero. We're going to be using managed hosting, because the managed hosting solution we're going to be using is a little bit price flexible, but it offers a lot more power. What we're going to do here is that instead of using Name Hero for the domain name and the hosting, like most of the YouTube tutorials, we're going to go a little bit more advanced, where we can use more advanced and better web servers like Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud, for example. Or we can go cheaper and use DigitalOcean or Vultr or Linode. And we're going to get this by using Cloudways. So here's what we're going to do. On Name Hero's homepage, namehero.com, we're going to click domains. We're just going to purchase a domain. So I'm going to type Zeilhan tutorials. And I'm not going to be using .com this time. I'm going to be using .co.uk. I know I am not in the UK. So we have .com. That's added from my previous session because I was trying to set up hosting. But don't worry about it. It's going to be the same process. What I want is .co.uk. So there are different domain names. We're just going to go with the .co.uk option because it is cheap. It's added to cart. Now I'm going to click on the cart. I am going to remove the hosting that is there. So it says here that if you plan on purchasing web hosting with Name Hero, and this is the most important part, because remember I told you that we're not going to be hosting with Name Hero in this situation. But if you're using Name Hero as a host, you click continue and then you can purchase your hosting and you can go from there. But we're not going to be using Name Hero. I am going to leave the name servers as is though, because I don't yet know the name servers for the host that I'm going to be getting. So we'll get that later. So this part right here, zeilhantutorials.com, is from the previous part of the tutorial that you guys probably won't see when I was trying to get hosting from Name Hero and it was not working. In another tutorial, I'll show you how to get Name Hero hosting. But right now it's not working. The checkout page is crashing. So let's hope it doesn't happen with the domain name. So zeilhantutorials.co.uk, email forwarding, DNS management. You can get those. This is just a tutorial for me. I don't need it, so I won't get them, but you can get them. You can read. It basically makes your website available faster and it makes you have all your emails in one inbox. Perfectly fine. Not a big deal for me. So we're going to continue. All right. So I don't need the .com. Let's remove that. No savings. We are going to create a new account. All right. So once you've created your account, all right, guys, so you're going to create your account, first name, last name, email address, etc., your billing address, and all of that good stuff. Once you have created your account, you're going to go ahead and select your payment method, enter your payment details, all right, and you have read and agreed to the terms of service, and you check out. And that's what it's going to be. I already have an account with Name Hero. I think I'm going to go ahead and use that existing customer account because I just need a domain name. I don't need a separate account. When I'm doing the hosting tutorial for you guys again, then we'll get a new account. So I'm just going to use the existing customer login. We're going to log in. Everything is as I'd like it. Read and agreed to the terms of service. And we are going to check out now. All right. So let's go ahead and check out. All right, order placed, continue to client area because we're going to need this section. Now I do have 8 domains here. I've had more, some are expired, some not so expired. We're going to click on domains. We are going to go all the way over to Zeilhan Tutorials. Let me just make myself a little bit smaller. ZeilhanTutorials.co.uk. We are going to click on this one. Click on it. And everything is as we would like it to be. No SSL, perfectly fine. We'll set that up very soon. So now that we have this set up, and remember guys, once you set up your account, you're going to want to go to your email address that you used, and you're going to want to get all the good stuff happening, like getting your confirmation code and everything like that. You can go ahead and do that. I already had an account. That's something I need to show you. Now for the hosting that we're going to be using this time is Cloudways. And Cloudways is it's something that I love because you can choose where you host your website, like which server. It can be Google Cloud, it can be Amazon Web Services for higher performance websites. So like my most important clients with like e-commerce platforms and so on, always AWS, always Google Cloud. Or you can go with something a bit more budget friendly. For this tutorial, we're going to use that. I'm going to be using Vultr. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a new account with Cloudways because I'm actually going to be getting website hosting. Now, Cloudways is very beautiful. I won't ramble on too much. We're just going to get started. So we're going to say start free. I am going to sign up with my Google account. You can just enter first name, last name, and so on. Everybody can do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the Google method. So I'm going to click continue with Google. I'm going to select the email address. I'm going to continue. All right. So now I need to set a password. I'm just going to select a strong password. I will describe myself as I'm a lot of things right now. So I'm going to say digital agency for this person. Yeah, I'm just going to say digital agency. My hosting spend is 50 to 250. I agree to the terms of service, privacy policy. I am going to continue. To activate your account, sign in. All right. So submit details. All right, guys, good news. So my Cloudways account has been activated. Woohoo! It took a few days, but I'll show you the process. So to get activated, you just need to go to cloudways.com. All right, so you apply for an account, then you actually go to cloudways.com. Let me get my chat out of the way, and it's going to be right there. And when you go to cloudways.com, you're going to click send a message. All right, send us a message Go to verification. Once you go to verification, it's going to automatically apply with the instructions to get verified. So I literally did all of this. So I sent them the email account that I used to sign up. I sent them links to my Twitter and LinkedIn accounts. I sent them my company's website, which, Zeilhan.com. I sent them my ID. So I used my driver's license. And I also sent them my contact number. So I used two socials. I used my company's website. I used the email address, my driver's license, government issued ID. And within about 3 or 4 hours, I was verified. So we're verified. We are going to log in and activate. I understand the risks. Take me there. All right, this is good. So here's what we're going to be doing. Let's get started. Okay, so here it's telling us you can deploy more apps once your first server is ready. So to set up a WordPress install, we're just going to click next right here. And I'm going to call this, all right, go next. Actually, I need to name it first app. First app. I'm going to call this first server. And I'm going to call this startup project. I'm just going to install startup project. And we go next. So it's saying that I can only use DigitalOcean, AWS, and Google. So let's just go ahead, set up that. Select your desired server size. I'm just doing a test website, so I can just go with a 1 gig regular server, but most times you're going to go with a 2 gig high performance. All right, so I'm just going to go with my 1 gig regular server. Let's go next. So the location I'm going to use is actually Miami. If I can use Miami, it doesn't seem like Miami is one of the options. I'll just go with New York for now then. So try to a blazing platform with 3-day trial, no credit card. Yes, let's go on. I'm perfectly fine. You're all set. End. So I'm going to launch now. And remember, this is a WordPress install. You can also go with a multi-site. So that's a WordPress multi-site, and you can go with a WooCommerce installation. So I'm just going to go ahead and launch now. So it's adding my server. All right, first server has been created. Our server is here. We have an application. So after you've made your server, this is the most important part. After you've made your server, so you're going to go to dashboard. We have a server right here. So we have a server installed. Here's what you're going to do next. You're going to click on your server. You're going to copy the public IP. You're going to log into your name here, client section. When you log into your name here, client section, you're going to go to DNS management. At DNS management, you're going to add at a record, and you're going to paste in the IP address and save changes. So this is what you'll have when you're done. Once you've done that, I want you to copy your website URL. I want you to go incognito and go to DNS checker. All right. DNS checker. You're going to paste in the URL. You're going to search the A records. The address that you see right here should be the same address from your Cloudways IP, and it should also be the same for your A record. And what DNS checker is basically saying to you, it is telling you that, all right, your website domain is available across the globe on this server. This is the IP address for your server. This is the A record for it. And that's all you need to do. If you go to Name Hero, or you go to your public register, your DNS, or you go to your domain name register, and they don't have the option to add the A record, open a support ticket, tell them that this is the IP address for your Cloudways server. You'd like to have them added to your domain so you can use Cloudways for your domain. Once that is done, you're going to go back to Cloudways. All right. You're going to go to your first app. This is your WordPress install. You're ready to use this. So you're just going to click on this. You have two URLs right here. You're going to have the application URL. If you click here, it takes you to the actual website. And if you click here, it takes you to the admin panel. You copy the login URL and you copy the password. You're going to paste it in and you can log in. So the next thing that you're going to do after you've seen the IP, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to copy the domain name. You're going to go back to Cloudways. You're going to go to domain management. the default, the primary is going to be this long, ugly URL that you can't share with anyone. You're going to do is you're going to add domain, you're going to paste in your URL, and then you're going to add domain. After you've added the domain, it's going to appear, but it's going to be here. You're just going to right click and make primary for the actual domain. Once that is done, it still won't work because you need to have SSL. You need to have an SSL certificate installed. So to install the SSL certificate, you're going to go to SSL certificate. Let's encrypt. You're going to use your email address. I'm just going to use one for the business, and you're going to paste in your domain, and you're going to install SSL certificate. Once the SSL certificate is installed, we're going to go to incognito. We're going to paste the URL. We're going to see if it works. And it works. Now to go to your admin address, you're just going to right click here. You're going to say WP admin. Once that happens, you're going to go back to Cloudways, access details, copy and paste your email address, copy and paste your password, and you're going to log in. And there you go. So it's going to go ahead and click on updates right here on the WordPress dashboard. Click on update. We're going to see Akismith. So you might not have this update available, but from time to time, you're going to log into your WordPress dashboard and you're going to see that there's an update available. Always do this step because what the update does, it's like updating an app on your smartphone. It's going to go ahead and update the software or the plugin. In this case, we're going to explain those soon, to the latest version. And sometimes that includes features, that includes security fixes, and so on. So we're going to need to update themes and plugins, and we're going to explain those in about a minute. Just going to go ahead and select all, and we're going to update plugins. Always back up your website before updating, because sometimes the update can break your website. But we're going to talk about backups in about 30 or so minutes. Everything that you need to learn to run your website perfectly, you're going to learn in this tutorial. So after we've done our updates, let's just go to my blog and visit site. Right here we see, so this is a 2025 theme, guys. I'm very excited. It's my first tutorial with the 2025 theme set at default. And not much to write home about. We couldn't tell mom and dad that we have a website, show this to them, and feel very excited. It's good for a start, but it's not as brilliant as what we saw in the intro of the video. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to what we had in the intro of the video. And the first thing that we need to learn to be able to do all of that is what are called themes and plugins. Now, before we even get to themes and plugins, we're going to set up the general settings of our website to make it more discoverable by search engines. That's going to lead to more website traffic. And we're also going to ensure that whenever someone comes to our website, it tells them who we are and what we do, which is very important for getting the actual clients from the website. That's the most important thing. It's not getting the website, it's getting clients from the website. So to set up our WordPress general settings, we're going to go to my blog and dashboard. On the dashboard, we are going to go to settings, general settings, right? Pretty cool. And a few things we're going to do, we're going to change the site title to your business name. This is Zeilhan Tutorial. So it's going to say Zeilhan Tutorial. So I'm not even going to use Zeilhan Tutorial. I'm just going to go ahead and use the name of your business or your agency or your freelancer. So I'm going to say, I will just say Zeilhan Designs. I don't need to make it fancy. So we're going to say Zeilhan Designs. So you have the business name, the company name, the name of your freelancer. And we're going to use a pipe. So the pipe isn't where you need to go. The pipe right here that you see, it's above the enter key on the Windows keyboard. I think it's the same place on the Mac keyboard. And you just press pipe. You're going to see the backward falling slash. And if you press shift, you're going to get the pipe. So that's how you get the pipe. All right. After the pipe, what is it? Something that your ideal client or customer, if you're e-commerce, would type into Google to find your business. Now, we're going to say that we're doing graphics design. So we're going to say graphics design services for small businesses in Los Angeles. And we always use Los Angeles in our tutorials. Then we're going to go ahead and type that in. Now, what this says is that it's graphics design services for small businesses in Los Angeles. And that's going to help your SEO, search engine optimization, meaning that more of your ideal clients can find your site. What we're going to do is we're going to go to everything after the business name and the pipe, and we are going to highlight it. and copy. We're going to go to my WordPress blog and we are going to paste it here. So whatever is here after the business name and the pipe, you're going to copy that and paste it in the tagline. We're not yet going to choose a site icon, and we're going to ensure that we have HTTPS. If you don't have an SSL security and this says HTTP, watch the hosting section of the tutorial because we show you how to get a free SSL certificate with your hosting. Now, you might have separate hosting and still need an SSL certificate. If you do, go ahead and comment down below and I'll help you with that. Everything is here. We have the admin email and everything is perfectly fine. We're going to change our time zone to where you are. I'm currently in Jamaica. Use the time zone for where you live because you want whenever an event occurs on your website, for example, you get a lead or a project request or anything like that, you want to ensure that you actually get the time as it relates to your business. That way, when you're setting up consultations and everything, you know the person's time zone and all of that. So it's going to go ahead and click right here and I'm going to type Jamaica and that's good. We are going to do 2:06 p.m. and we're going to start our weeks on Sunday. And I love this year date kind of thing. That's kind of fine with me. And let's save changes. That's good. After we've saved our changes, there are a few other things we can do. The most important thing is we go to Permalinks. This is going to help us with our SEO yet again. So on settings, Permalink, always have it set to post name. Currently it's set to day and name. We won't explain too much why that is, but whenever you use post name, the URL, that is that part up here with these highlights, the URL uniform source locator or uniform source locator, that's going to be more human readable. That's going to help both your visitors and the search engine with your website's ranking. So that's more website traffic. Just go ahead and save changes. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here. We're going to visit site and we're going to learn about plugins and themes. So as you see, there are some changes. Graphics design services for small businesses, and it's here and it's here. Now, the thing that we need to do, and I believe you can do social media marketing. That's pretty cool, right? The thing that we're going to have to do is we are going to ensure that our website looks good. But the way that we do that is by using themes and plugins so that we can actually build a beautiful website. Now, currently there's a theme activated. But before we explain what a theme is, let's explain what a WordPress plugin is. A WordPress plugin is like an app on your smartphone. So I have a nice smartphone right here. And on the smartphone, I can install WhatsApp. Brilliant, right? Now, WhatsApp is going to give me the opportunity or the feature or function where I can instant message friends for free. So that's one thing. Now, you can install WhatsApp on your website, which is pretty cool, right? It's done by a plugin. And in the same way, I can add Google Drive. So whenever I'm finished with this website tutorial, I can upload it to Google Drive and you guys can get it. And we can also go ahead and add e-commerce. E-commerce is added to our website via plugin as well. So plugins add extra features and extra functionality to our website. To add a plugin to our website, we're going to go to dashboard. We're going to go to plugins and install plugins. It is at this location that we're going to see all our plugins. We can go to add new plugin, or we can go to plugins, add new plugin. We are going to just get WhatsApp, like I was talking about WhatsApp just now. It's right here. So let's type WhatsApp, not WhatsApp app, but WhatsApp. All right, we have WhatsApp there. Let's just use WP chat app. Actually, I'm going to use click to chat. Go ahead and install now. These are all the list of plugins that you can use. You can go ahead and install anyone that you like. After you've installed, you can go ahead and activate. After you've installed it, you can go ahead and do settings and set up the plugin. To remove a plugin, you first have to go to all your plugins. So go to dashboard and install plugins. Whenever you see the plugin you want to remove, so we're going to remove this plugin that we just added. First, deactivate it. After you have deactivated, go ahead and delete it. And you have removed your plugin. Another way that you can do this is you can do a bulk action where you select everything and uncheck the ones that you don't want to change. You select deactivate if they're activated and then delete, and you apply the bulk action. On your dashboard, you're not going to see WP server, security, anti-spam, etc. This is a security plugin that I installed before I started the tutorial. but we're going to get you set up with Sucuri in about 15 minutes. All right, this is good. Now we're going to learn about themes. Like I said, the website looks the way it looks because of the theme. What are themes and how do we work with them? A WordPress theme is like the operating system on your smartphone. It's basically going to have a huge influence on how your website looks and feels. That's a big part of it. Now you can do your own designs and everything, but the theme, the underlying theme, is going to have a lot of influence on the performance, on how your website renders, how it looks, and everything in between, and sometimes the features that it can have. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Zeilhan dashboard. On the dashboard, we're going to go to Appearance and Themes. We are going to see a few themes here. Let's just do a preview of the 2024 theme. All right. If we had a 2024 theme activated, this is how our website would look. So you notice that it's different from what we currently have, and that is because of the theme. So to add and remove themes, we're just going to go back. We're going to go to Appearance and Themes. We're going to click on 2023. We don't need that theme, and we are going to delete. In much the same way, we are going to click on 2024 and we are going to delete because we do not need that theme. Now we have the 2025 activated, and that's fine. We're going to go ahead and add new theme. After adding new theme, we're going to search for our theme, which is going to be the Blocksy theme is somewhere here. If you don't see Blocksy here, you can go to search themes and type in Blocksy, and Blocksy will appear. We go ahead and install Blocksy. After installing Blocksy, we're going to go ahead and activate. Now, it's going to ask us, all right, so we're going to close right here. It's going to ask us to install Blocksy Companion. And Blocksy Companion is a plugin that works with the Blocksy theme to add features to your website and to make your website absolutely beautiful. We're going to need Blocksy Companion. If you don't see this message here, I'll show you what to do. But if you see this message, go ahead and click Install Blocksy Companion. If you don't see this message, go to Plugins and add new plugin. You're going to type in Blocksy, and Blocksy Companion appears here. Go ahead and install now and activate. And there we go. We're going to have everything set up. If you saw the message, just go ahead and click Install and Activate from where you were. We're going to go to Starter Sites. Under starter sites, we are going to look for the Beaver starter site. Now, here's the thing. Now, you can use any of these starter sites. Some of them are premium. You don't have to use the one that we're going to use. You might see something else that you like. It's going to be the same thing as long as the theme that you're using. So long as the theme that you're using has Elementor. We're going to go ahead and scroll all the way down, and we're going to look for the Beaver theme. Well, Beaver starter site is right here. We're going to go ahead and click Import. We're going to install a child theme. We need it with Elementor. That's the most important thing for whatever theme or starter site, well, whatever starter site you're going to use. So we're going to select Elementor, and we're going to go with Next. We have all these plugins. Go ahead and install these plugins. Let's go with Next. And we have options, widgets, content, etc. Clean install. Go ahead and install. And that's good. After it has imported our starter site, which is going to be the most amazing part, just go ahead and click View Site. This is going to be awesome, guys. And this is our new website. This is absolutely beautiful. This website is pretty amazing, guys. Absolutely excited for this. So we have a new website. We can go around and check what's up. I like this section where it gives you the proficiency in all these different software, which is very important for graphics design. Our latest projects, these are very good. You can show your recent work right here. Technology, etc., etc. Now, this is very good, especially if you're a freelancer. It gives you an opportunity to share with your website visitors what it is that you have been working on over the past few years. So for all our freelancers, this part is going to be absolutely beautiful and very helpful. It's like a mini CV, and we have your services, and you can go ahead and attach a price to these as well. You can make it so that whenever you click on them, they take you to a pricing page. Let's scroll up to the top. We have social links. We have contacts. How do they contact you when they're ready? You can, and I think maybe I'll show you how to add live chat in this to this website. If not, there's going to be a tutorial linked below. I like the section where it asks for the budget. This actually looks very beautiful. And let's take a look at your project. Let's see what your project's page look like. So we have some case studies. All right. And there we go. This is absolutely beautiful. I love what's happening here. So as you can see, guys, there is a lot happening here. All right, there's a lot happening here. And it's also very helpful because this was done in a minute and a half tops. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start working on this website. Yes, the website looks good. Yes, it's beautiful. But what we need is we need to have your information, your picture, your years of experience, your contact information, your logo. Beautiful, right? And we're going to work on that right away. The first thing that we have to do is that we have to guard or safeguard our website from website visitors, meaning that we don't want our website visitors to see our website just yet. That's like when you're going downtown and you're making a new building and they quarantine it, as it might seem, or they secure it. You can't enter the premises of the new building until it's finished. It's something similar to that. How we're going to do that is we're going to install a plugin that gives us that feature. So remember how to do plugins. We're going to go to dashboard. On the dashboard, we're going to go to plugins and we're going to add new plugin. So it said I'm actually on so I'm going to go back because I'm on the plugin file editor, not add new plugins. So I'm going to plugin, add new plugin. Now we're going to dismiss this form, well, this notification. Plugin that we're going to add is the construction plugin or under construction. So I'll just type construction. You will see under construction by Web Factory. Go ahead and install that one. After install, we're going to go ahead and activate. Going to dismiss. All right, now that we've installed and activate, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our dashboard and plugins, install plugins. You notice we have a few more plugins installed now. Blocksy Companion. We have security under construction. Now we have custom post types and taxonomies, which is good, and the B forms light, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and Elementor. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go to settings of under construction, or under construction here, we're going to go to settings, which is a lot easier to find. Under settings, we're just going to close this notification. We have a design page. Just go ahead and click design. And it's going to ask us to select one of these themes that we like. All right. So I think I'm going to use a Cybercheck for this one, but I'm going to use a Cybercheck Dark. Just go ahead and activate that. All right. After we've activated, it's still not going to work because ideally what happens is that after you activate it, you should not have visitors able to see your website. So we're going to go to Zeilhan and we're going to visit site and open in incognito. As you notice, you can still see the site, which is amazing because what that says is you can go ahead and copy this URL and you can share it with your friends and families so that they can take a look at your website. So that's something that you're going to be able to do. Well, you can do that right now, but I would say to just go ahead and turn on under construction. After you've turned on under construction, now if you go to visit the site in incognito, you're not going to be able to see that website. All right. So we're going to go ahead and close this. If you want someone like a friend or family to see your website, there are two ways you can go about it. The first time, perhaps the easiest way, but it's the most risky or the riskiest, is you go ahead and you turn off under construction mode. And now they can just visit the link that you share with them. All right, that's one way. But you don't want that because that means that everyone is also going to be able to see your website. All right. The second way is you can, let's go ahead and turn this back on. All right. The second way is you can go to users and go to your profile. Actually, it's not your profile, but to add new user. So you're going to click add new user. And after you've added new user, you're going to add your username, email, and their password. Ensure that their username and their display name is not the same. So your username, email, password, you're going to create them as an administrator. And you're going to add new user, share this information with the person you want to see the website. But here's the thing, and even if you're doing this for a client, the problem is that if you make them an admin, they can take the website from you. They can delete your user account, and then you can't log back in and you kind of lose the website. There are ways to get it back if you have hosting access, but it's going to be a lot of trouble. So only share administrator access with someone you trust. It might be a business partner. I hope you can trust them. And it might be a friend or your family, but not with someone who could take your website or is at risk of taking your website. So there's that. So we have under construction setup. That is good. So let's just go back to our dashboard. Yes, I'm going to leave. All right. Next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to close these tabs to the right and open link in new tab. So this is our website at the moment. This message is just saying that under construction mode is activated, but you can see the website because you're whitelisted as an admin. So that's good. On the dashboard, we're going to add some new plugins. We're going to start our website security masterclass. And this is going to help us secure our website. Now, the reason why, so a lot of YouTube tutorials that I used to watch them, and I'm sure you've watched them too, they at this stage start building the website. That's fine and dandy, but what happens if after a month or two of building a website, you find out that it's hacked or it's infected with malware or there's spam or whatever it is? Whatever it is that's a security risk for your website. You don't want to go through that after you've built your website. So we're going to build strong foundation and then go from there, which is why we're going to do the security part of the website tutorial now. And our security measures are a bit stringent. I've never had a hacked website before. And I'm going to show you how we've achieved that. Well, one of the ways we've achieved that. So we're going to go to plugins and we're going to add some plugins. So we're going to add new plugin. Under the add new plugin, we're just going to type security. It's right here already. So let's go with security. There are a few plugins we're going to install. We're going to install really simple security. That is good. I like to use solid security. So I think I'm going to go with that. All-in-one security is really nice as well. So I think I'm going to go with all-in-one security at this time. And no, I'm going to go with solid security because it's a lot easier to set up. So we're going to add solid security. We are going to add Sucuri because that is very important for what we're doing. The other plugin that we're going to add is UpdraftPlus, but I don't think it's here. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll all the way up and we're going to type UpdraftPlus is right here. Just go ahead and install that. So we have our security plugins. That's good. Now let's go back to plugins, installed plugins. So I'm going to delete all-in-one WP security because I remember that one took a bit of time to set up. So we're going to set up some plugins right here. The first one we're going to go with is really simple SSL. Just go ahead and click activate, or really simple security. That's what it is. And we're going to be taken here. You can select your hosting provider, right? And this helps you quite a bit, I believe. I'm going to select Liquid Web for where this VPS is, or you can select Cloudways for where your website should be. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to close that. Going to go ahead and activate SSL. You can include tips and tricks because if you're new to WordPress, you need to learn a bit about security. And we're going to save and continue. We're going to enable all of these. And you can add these plugins, but I'm not going to add them. All right. So I'm going to skip adding these plugins, but you can add them. And these are pro features. I'm just going to finish without them and click finish. At some point during this website security tutorial, you might be logged out of your website. Before you get started, which is something I should have done before I got here, you should go to users, go to profile. And on your profile page, copy your username and copy your password. You can set a new password and save it somewhere. Ensure that you have your username and password set up, because if you do not have them set up, you're going to be at some point logged out and you won't be able to log back in. And this is not just a standard WordPress install. No, this is getting secure. It's going to get a little bit harder to get in, as it should be. So always do that before you start this section. I'm sorry for not remembering at first, but it seems that we're okay. We're going to go back to our plugins, install plugins. Notice that we don't have the plugin file editor anymore, and that's because of the plugin, security plugin that we added. So yes, we're going to leave and go to install plugins. The next plugin that we're going to do is we're going to go with Sucuri. Let's go ahead and click activate. After Sucuri has been activated, let's go to Sucuri and go to settings. On the settings page, we are going to go over to hardening. We're going to harden everything here. And what this is doing for us is going to ensure that some ways that hackers and bad bots basically can get in and cause harm to a website is removed. So go ahead and harden all of these, except for the first one that says enable firewall protection. You need to have a premium Sucuri license to have that. Now, my clients and my websites enjoy these benefits because we do have a premium license with an agreement we have with Sucuri. So you can go ahead and deactivate. If you want to get that firewall, so for 100% security, go ahead and get a premium license from Sucuri. Ask for Stephen Johnston. He's a person we've been working with for the past 5 years, I believe. Pretty amazing if you ask me. So just ask for Stephen Johnston and he will have you set up. And yeah, we can go from there. So we're going to apply hardening. And the secret key update is going to be done last because every time you update something here, the keys change. And then we apply hardening. After that is done, we are going to go back to our plugins. And we're going to go to install plugin. We're going to go to solid security. Let's activate solid security. After activating solid security, we're going to see security over here. Let's just look for that. It's right here, security. Let's go to setup. No, we've been logged out. Notice that told you what's going to happen at some point. So after doing Sucuri and activating solid security, we got logged out. All right, let's go ahead and log back in. I'm going to close this window and I'm going to close this window. All right, yes, we're going to allow and continue. Sure, I don't see why not. All right, so what kind of website do we have? This is actually a brochure website, a simple website to promote your business, or you can say portfolio to showcase your craft. So you might have a lot of your graphics design work here. All right, we are gonna go with a brochure. Yes, go ahead and scan my site. So they've changed the setup a little bit, and so blocked by server security. I could go ahead and deactivate Serbo, but you're not going to have this issue because you don't have Serbo. So go ahead and click continue. I'm going to skip for now. So just allow the scan to be complete. Then you're going to enable Security Check Pro and you're going to click next. This is for my own website. Yes, enforce a password policy. And we're going to click next. That's going to ensure that users can't use weak passwords so that their accounts get hacked. So you're protecting also your users. I'm going to authorize my IP address. And this IP address is going to help us avoid security protocol because this is your IP address. Same IP, go ahead and click next. You can enable two-factor authentication. I'm not going to do that for a tutorial. Utilities is good. Site check, we're going to schedule a site scan. And our firewall rules are okay. And login security was okay the last time. Let's go ahead and click next. We're going to keep default user groups. Not going to change anything. Just going to go ahead and click next. And I'm going to select admin as well. It's the same thing that's going to be covered from here, but that's fine. And I'm going to complete setup. All right, this is good. This is good. We're not going to upgrade to Pro. Let's just go to the dashboard. All right, on our dashboard, here we go. It's absolutely beautiful if you ask me. I like it. It's changed a bit though. Previously, it had a really nice purple in the background, but they've changed it recently. So it's still good, but it's not as beautiful because the purple isn't there. All right, this is good. This is good. We're now going to go back to plugins, install plugins. Under install plugins, we are going to go to UpdraftPlus. Go ahead and activate UpdraftPlus. Going to close this one. Go to settings. On settings of UpdraftPlus, we're going to go to the actual settings now. We're going to set to daily for our backup for our files and our database. Because you're doing a small business website or a personal website, I would say you're going to keep about 14 backups, and each backup is going to be done daily. So this is what I suggest. If you're doing e-commerce, I would normally suggest that you do every 4 hours or every 2 hours. And if it's a very busy website, every hour, and you're going to keep 30 days worth. So if you're doing every hour, it's going to be 24 hours in a day times 30 days or 28 days. So that many backups is what you would keep. But I'm not going to use that because this is just a tutorial. So I don't want to fill my Google Drive, which is where we're going to save our backups, with backups. So we're going to go ahead and click Google Drive for the save location. And we're going to save right here. Once we save changes, it's going to have us log into Google Drive. So let's go ahead and sign in with Google. And our Google Drive setup is complete. Just go ahead and complete setup. And there we go. So our security section of the tutorial is complete. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and set up. I'll go ahead and show you. Just go to visit site. We're going to remove this. So we're going to change this icon to our actual logo. We're going to change this bevel icon here to, or this bevel logo to our actual logo. And we can select our own colors. We can do that. We can edit our header just a bit. And the footer, let's see what we have going on for the footer. I don't expect much. It's a minimalist footer. So we're going to change our logo here as well. And we have these social icons. We can leave them. But yeah, this is actually pretty good. This is going to be amazing. And let's just start working on this. So to customize, what we're going to do is so two ways you can go about this. You can just click on customize, or you can go to Zeilhan Designs dashboard. I'm going to show you this way because it's going to take you to the same place as if you click customize. So on the dashboard, you're going to go to appearance and customize. Same thing, right? If you had clicked customize on the front end, this is where it's going to take you, the exact same place that we are now at. All right, that is good. So what we're going to do is we're going to change, like I said, we're going to change the logo here. We're going to change this icon up here. And in the footer, we have the logo again. So we're going to change that right there. And we can set our global colors and everything. To change a part of this, so we're going to have what's called the header. So let's go ahead and click on header. And here you're going to notice that we have 3 rows, a middle or a main row, a top row, and a bottom row. You can drag something here to any part of one of these rows, and it's going to appear here. So this is the bottom row in the middle section. Or you can move the button over to the right section as well. It's going to go over here. All right. And you can move it to the left section. It's going to be under the logo, basically. And you can do that for a top row as well. All right. It's right there. And you put that right there, and it's right there. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. We're going to do some changes real quickly. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change the side icon. Now, before we change the logo, the side icon is what we're going to do. So we're going to go back, and we're going to scroll all the way down to site identity and select site icon. I'm going to upload my site icon at the moment. So let's go ahead and select files. All right, our logos are being uploaded. I am going to use the white one. So it's going to use this one. I'll teach you about image SEO a little bit later. That's where you use pictures and media files, or you optimize them to get more website traffic. So we're going to go ahead and select, and I'm going to crop image. I mean, we don't have to crop, but you notice that it's changed, right? It's changed. And if you don't notice, you just go back a bit and you're going to notice that it's a different logo. That's there now. Go ahead and publish those changes. So 2 ways you can get to the header. You can just hover over here, and any item that you see highlighted that you want to edit, you click on the 3 dots. All right. Or you can go back and go to header or go to footer. We're just going to go ahead and click on the logo because we want to change the logo. The logo is right here. Just go ahead and change that. I'm going to use my white logo right now. And the size is good. Just go ahead and publish those changes. All right. That's good. That's good. And you can activate site title, and you can activate the site tagline. They're going to appear here. You notice that they aren't very beautiful to look at. You can disable one and so on, but I wouldn't activate those because it's just kind of hard on the eyes. It doesn't look good. The next thing that I'm going to do is, so you notice that we can edit our menu. I'm not going to do anything to our menu at the moment, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to move our social icons from here, and I'm going to get a button here. So just click on these. It's here actually, and do that. So it's now in the top row. Now you notice that we can't see the social icons. They're there. As you can see, they're there. All right, they're there, but we can't see them, and that's because the color of the top row is white and the logos and the icons are white. So we're going to hover here, and we're going to click on top row, go to design. We're going to change the background to the same green. Now we can see it. Sorry for the noise in the background. We can now go back, and on the header, we're going to see a button. Let's just go ahead and drag the button here. This is the button. And I'm going to click on the button to edit it, or you can click on the button to edit it. The text says download, but it's not a download button that we're making here. We're actually making, where am I? Is my camera not working? I didn't realize I wasn't on screen. And Turn on camera. Wow, I didn't even realize the camera was turned off. I don't know how long that's happened. All right, so we have the button here. It's not a download button like I said, so I'm going to change it to request project. And it says here request project. Now I would prefer if the text was all uppercase. So we're going to get to that. We're going to add a link to our request project page. Now we don't have that page set up yet. We're going to do that in the future part of the tutorial. So we're going to go to design, and it says here default family, default size for the text font. All right, that's good. Let's go ahead and publish first. Then we can click right here, and the font, what we need is the right here, uppercase. So let's click uppercase, and you notice that it's now uppercase. On design, so the button color is the same color as the website. So we don't like that. So we're going to click on here, and we're going to change it. So we can change it to a black, but I'm going to change it to a full white. And the text is going to be changed to the default color. And if you hover, it's going to be yellow and white. So I'm going to keep green to see. Now we're going to use a darker color, a darker green right here. And that looks good. That looks good actually for the hover. We don't have any hover animations, do we? No, we don't. We have the radius and so on. So that's going to be published. That is beautiful, guys. And what we could do is we could edit the menu design, and the hover color for the menu could be yellow, and I like that a bit more. And the active color could also be yellow, and I like that a bit more. Go ahead and publish that. We're going to scroll all the way to the footer, or we can just go back and go to footer. It'll take us there. And widget area 1, middle row. So we have to scroll. We can't avoid scrolling. And I'm going to move myself out of the way. This is what we need to change. We're going to click on edit. This is just a block that we have right here. On the block, we are going to click here. Come on. All right, and then we're going to go replace, open media library, and let's just use that logo. Let's use the black logo actually, and that should stand out a bit more from size. Now, if you notice something, the logo is a little bit small. To make it bigger, you just hold one of these where you see this icon, and you make it bigger, and that's good. That's good. We can edit this section. And just spacing 30, vertical spacing not 80, but let's go with 50, and that's good. We're going to edit this from Blocksy theme to Zeilhan tutorials. We are going to add a link, URL Zeilhan.com. We're going to open in a new tab, and we're going to add the link. So I think we lost the link. Zeilhan.com. Just do that and edit. And now we can add a new link, open a new tab, sorry. And that's good. And I'm going to design it to make the text a little bit heavier. So I'm going to close right here. The text weight is what I need. It's right here. I'm going to go with 600. And I'm going to go general or design, change the text to black. And that's good. That's good. Go ahead and publish. And just like that, we are finished with our footer. Now, I don't know if we're going to keep this footer going forward in the future, but it is what we have right now. So I think I'm just going to allow it to stay as is. And I think we're kind of done. Now, the next part of the tutorial is where we're going to learn about global colors and global fonts. It's going to go back, general, header, footer, sidebar, colors. So let's start with global colors. The color is, I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to explain a little bit of theory. I'm going to publish these changes because there's something I want you guys to learn. There is this thing called color psychology, where it says that depending on the color of your, doesn't have to be just your website, it can be your phone case. It can, oh, by the way, guys, check out my brother's waffle business, Yummy Waffles. It's on Instagram, and we're going to set up a website very soon. So, Instagram, Yummy Waffles, waffles that are more than just breakfast. Absolutely amazing, guys. Love his treat. Enough promotion. The color, actually, guys, and I can use my brother's logo right here. The color is going to influence the way that you feel. Now, for this Yummy Waffles, we have yellow and we have purple. Why did he use yellow and why did he use purple? Well, if you go to Google and you Google color psychology, here we go, color psychology, something interesting is going to happen. It says here that color psychology is a study of how colors affect your behavior, mood, and impression on others. And it says that research shows that colors can greatly affect our mood. Now, if you go to images, this is where it's going to get absolutely beautiful. If we go to images and you click on color emotion guide, it says here that yellow, orange, and red, they emit clarity, warmth, cheerfulness, confidence, youthfulness, and boldness. However, if you look at all the major food brands, most of them are using yellow, red, or orange. So that is why my brother used that. He also used yellow because that includes the invites clarity and warmth. So that's the emotion that he was going for. On your website, what emotion are you going for? Now I'm gonna go with a blue because blue is going to emit trust. All right, so blue right here says trust, dependable, peaceful, and some of the companies that use that is like Dell, JP Morgan Chase, Lowe's, Oreo, Oral-B, Vimeo, HP, etc. So we're gonna use a blue, and I'm gonna show you how this changes. So on the global colors, we're gonna click right here. By the way, let's go to Coolers. On Coolers.co, we can get color palettes. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and explore. Now, I don't want to generate. I just want to explore the trending palettes. All right. On trending palettes, we're going to see a blue right here. So let me just go ahead and copy that blue by clicking on it. Go back to our website, clicking on the green, and I save. So I'm not going to save these changes and paste. Notice what's going to happen. Notice that because we're now at blue, the website feels immediately, it feels different than how it felt before. And I'm going to contrast that by going with a red, guys. So let's go back up and we're going to grab a red. This is a nice strong red. Just go ahead and paste that. And that feels immediately different. And we're going to use a different green just to hammer the point home than we were using before. All right, this is a nice different green. So let's click on that one and paste it. And as you notice, it's a different green. It feels different. And that's what color psychology does for you. Now, I don't know if you have a branding guide as yet. If you do have a branding guide, what you're going to know is that it's going to give you a set of colors and typography that you can use. If you don't have a branding guide, just go to Coolers, and Coolers is going to help you. Let's try the purple. Coolers is going to help you set up a color palette for your website right here. You can just copy all of these, or you can go back to Coolers and you can start a generator. I'm not going to run a generator, guys, because that can cause seizures and epilepsy. And I don't know who's watching, but you can learn how to use the generation guide. And it's very easy. It's going to teach you, it's going to actually help you set up a color palette. So go ahead and do that. And that's it for global colors. You change a color here, and it's going to be changed everywhere on the website, guys, right here at global color palette. And that's the beauty of it. The other thing is that you can change all these colors and then you can set them here. We won't go into the nitty-gritty of that because that's basic, right? You change it here and it's changed here. And if it's here, you can just click on something here and select it. It's kind of straightforward. Now for global fonts. Fonts help to shape the feel of your website. I'm going to just show you instead of telling you. So let's go to typography. And system default. All right, so I'm not going to use whatever the default text is. Let's go to trebuchet, and you're going to notice something changes about the website. Notice that changes. All right, and let's use Verdana here for the. And you notice that it's changed. If we change from trebuchet, because trebuchet is right here, let's change from trebuchet to Gill Sans. I don't think that's going to work because that's the same. All right, let's use AR1 Sans. No, that's not a Google font. Let's use one of these. Let's use Monospace. You notice it looks different and it actually feels better as a tech website with Monospace. And I'm going to use Monospace for the H2 as well. So just type Monospace. Click that right here. I notice it's changed and you can change the weight. So I'm going to use 700 and that's changed. And the reason why I bring this up is because you want to have a consistent brand, right? Normally with our clients, we set up a branding guide and that's going to have the colors and the fonts that they're going to use, not only on their website, but on social media. It's also going to include the tone that they type with. So the tone on your website is going to be the same tone on social media posts, educational, witty, and conversational versus serious, direct, and informative, whatever the case might be. And that's going to shape the brand that customers, clients build a relationship with. Now, you might want to have us do that for you. Very easy, just use a link in the description. But if you don't want to have us do that for you, just continue along in the tutorial because we're going to teach you everything that you need to know to get started. We can't teach you every single thing that we know because we've been doing this for almost a decade, but we're going to teach you as much as we can. So that's it. I am not going to save these changes because I did not intend to save them, but I am going to change the color that we're using on the website from that green. Let's go ahead and close that. I'm going to change it from the green to something a little bit more calm. So I'm going to use some form of a blue. And I like this highlight color. So I'm going to have to change that as well. And we go from there. So yes, let's get to it. To continue, we're just going to close right here. Clicking that X. I'm going to move myself out of the way. And we're going to visit site. We're going to see some changes here. You know the thing that I think I should do? I should go ahead and make my color changes right away so you can see that get done. Because like I said, I'm not going to be using this green. But yeah, I think that's what I should do right away. Do my color changes. I think I might just keep the font that's there already. So I'm going to go ahead and click customize. You already know coolers. Let's go to coolers. I'm going to be a little bit quick because I already taught this stuff. Maybe I will use this blue. And I'm going to need an accompanying blue for this green right here. I'm thinking I could use that one. Perhaps. Let me see if I can find a place where it is being used. It's definitely being used in the glow, that's for sure. So let me see if I can add. So I think this is where it's being used, right here. Yeah, perhaps not. Yeah, it's been used in the hover. So now I need another one for the hover, which is right here. That's a little bit more to the darker side. So yeah, I'm going to use this one. And then we should see it change. Yeah. Yep. And let me see now. It doesn't look bad. All right, doesn't look too bad. So I guess I'll just go ahead and yeah, I'm going to publish these changes. I'm going to close right here. I'm going to duplicate. You'll see why soon. I'm not sure I like this color too much, but I'm going to let it stay. I'm going to close right here. After I close right here, I'm going to edit with Elementor. This is going to be something you're going to have to do. So let's go ahead and follow along right now. We're going to recreate kit. So this is part of your tutorial, guys. Go ahead and recreate kit. and recreate it right here and save changes. Head back home, edit with Elementor. So after that, we're going to click right here, site settings, and we see global colors. Let's click on that. Our primary color is going to be this color right here. Let's copy and close that and click right here, and we're going to paste. That's our primary color. Our secondary color, I think, is going to be this one. So we're going to click right there and paste. And it looks so similar. They're actually the same thing, believe it or not. So copy and paste. All right, there we go. Our text really is actually this color that's going on for our text right now. So we're going to use that and paste right there. That might give us a really blue website. And our accent, I kept our accent as is. So we're just going to go ahead and use that. And that's it. We can save changes, but we're going to add some more colors. We're going to add some blacks. I'm going to click add new color, click right here. That's a full black. I'm going to call this black 1. I'm going to add a new color. We're going to look for that. So I'm going to have to go back to coolers, guys. Explore trending palettes. On explore trending palettes, I'm going to look for something that's not actually all the way black. I think that's it. And that's good for black too. We're going to add a white all the way up here. White 1. And then we're going to add another white, which is a shade of white, not completely white, but it's a shade of white. There's normally one around here somewhere, and I'm not seeing one. We can actually, so I'm going to go with F9. That's good. And there we go. And we're going to save these changes. So we have all the primary and secondary colors. We have our blacks and our whites. And we use this as our white number 2. All right. And we're going to keep these colors as they are. Next thing is we go back and we're going to take a look at our typography. I'm thinking I'm going to keep this typography that we have right here. I'm not against this typography. This is kind of okay, really. So I'm going to keep this typography and go from there. I'm going to edit my menu, design, text, change this to uppercase for my menu. And the size is going to be 14. All right. And save changes. All right. I can click on the main row. Min height is 100. Can do that. Can click on the top row. Min height is 50. And then click on the main row again and make the main height a little bit less and publish. Actually, I think I'm going to keep it at 75. Publish. And if I close here, I should see these changes reflected. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And these changes are fine. Let me see if the logo. All right, so we don't have the green thing as we wanted. The glow is what I'm talking about. The glow is actually green, so we're going to change that. And yeah. So I'm going to keep colors open normally because I need like 2 or 3 more colors. But I'm going to stay right there. Going to close right here. And we're going to get started into designing the actual website. All right, guys. So I was playing around a bit. And as I realized, there is a background here. So this is not a transparent background, as I'm sure you're realizing. So you can just open the contacts page and you're going to see that we added some stuff to the background. Well, the background of the header. So I'm going to show you how we did that. Just click on customize. All right. So you can open a new tab, click on customize, or you can go to dashboard appearance, customize, then go to header. On the header page, click on headers, global header. Transparent functionality is off when you see it. Go ahead and turn it on. And then I click on design, and I added a bit of black to the header. Now the thing is that I don't think that I'm going to keep this header transparent as it is. I think we might be better off without a transparent header for this design actually. So let's just take a look at the home page. We might do better with without a transparent header, because if we do a transparent header, this is what we're going to have our header look like. Or we can actually go full transparent. So we click on design and click here, and we pull this all the way down, but it's not going to be the same, and you're going to notice that. So I'm not certain if that's what we're going to do, but I'm just going to keep it as it is right now with a transparent header, and I'm going to publish that. Let it stay for now. We can easily change that towards the end. But for now, I want to teach you guys how to edit this website. Now, I made this section while I was playing around. So I was recording when I was playing around. I'm going to put that part afterwards. But for now, I'm just going to teach you how to edit this website template. So you're going to have this part soon. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this. I think we might be better off without a transparent header at this moment. Let me just go ahead and turn that off. It's gonna look way a lot better here. So let's go ahead and refresh. So how do we actually edit this page? It's very easy. First thing you're gonna learn is that whatever you see on page here, even what I've made here, anything that is on page here, it's very easy for you to change it or edit it. And here's how you're gonna change it. Let's say you want to change this from clients, and you want to say, instead of clients, you want to say 5-star ratings. You're going to hover over it. You notice that there's a purple outline. You right click, edit. You right click, edit. You right click, edit. Now this is a heading. This is an image or an image. And this is a text editor. You edit all of them, and you can say 5-star reviews. All right. And once you say 5-star reviews, you can go ahead and let me just click this. All right. So there we go. So it says 5-star reviews, and you publish, and the change is going to be published. This is what's called a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. And how that works is that normally whenever you're coding on this screen, like you see right here, you're coding on this screen, but you're not seeing what the code looks like in the actual finished product. It's like you're building this web page, but mentally you have to have an idea or an understanding of what this looks like in code. Write that code and then test if the code works. That's how coding normally works. And as you can figure out, that's kind of hard at times, right? So for us to use a WYSIWYG, how WYSIWYG works is that it's saying that whatever you see on the canvas that you're working is what you're going to get. So you don't have to visualize anything. Everything is as you see it or as you're building it. So what you're going to do right here now is you can go ahead and change from graphics design to media company. And if you publish, so I'm going to publish. Notice my hand is here, so I don't reload. And I'm going to put my hand here. And you publish and you go here. You're going to notice that it reloads by itself and it's going to update. And as you notice, it updated to media company. And that's very important, because now you don't have to try to visualize how the website works. You can literally build it as you see it, which means that you can go to a website, you can look at a website, and if you can figure out how to get it done, you can do it. So here's what we're going to do. When you're building a website, you're going to first have a section. So every web page is going to have like a section. And within this section here, you can click the plus and you can drag a widget. But most times you're going to go ahead and click the plus and go with a flex box or a grid. A flex box is just going to be a container for all your widgets. All right. And a grid is going to be a flex box, but it's going to have predetermined rows and columns. And it's going to have a pre-designed pattern. So if you look at the grid, you notice that you can go with different designs. But we're going to go with the flex box. The arrow that you see here is saying that data goes below each other, flows downward. And this arrow is saying data flows beside each other. Now I'm going to close this. Right here, data is flowing below each other. And overall, in this column, this container right here, data is flowing beneath each other. there's one element here, and in this column again, it's flowing beneath each other. But in the overall container, data is flowing beside. So you have a container here, and in this container, there are 3 columns beside each other, and within these columns, data is flowing downwards. Now you can click on this little structure here, and it will show you exactly how this works. So you click on the container, you notice that it's outlined, and within that container, you're going to notice that we have 1 container, 2 container, 3 containers. So this 1 container is going to be here, the second container is going to be here, and the third is going to be there. So we have 3 containers in the container, and each container is beside each other. But within these containers, data is going to be flowing top to bottom. And you can change that. You can literally click on this container and go to layout and say, instead of flow from top to bottom, flow from left to right. And that's what that would look like. And that will go top to bottom. So you can also go to the main container, and instead of saying flow from right to left or horizontally, you can flow on top of each other, and that's what that is going to look like. So we understand now that we need to have a web page. We're going to show you how to make a web page soon, because we're going to have to make the web page for the request project. So we're going to have to make that. That doesn't come with a template. So we know we're going to learn how to make a web page, but after we have the web page, we're going to add a container. We're going to tell the container how the information or the widgets inside of it should be organized. Should it go side by side or up and down, up to down? And then we are going to start adding widgets within those containers. All right, that's beautiful. Now we also know how to edit everything that we see on screen. Even if we don't know how it works, we just hover over it and we click edit image. This will edit the image. We can edit the text. This can edit the text, and we can edit what's the counter, I believe, and we can edit the counter. But you also notice that the entire section is blue. Notice this little box right here. You can edit container, and that will go ahead. Let me show you. If you go to so what is actually, some say edit container. So it's white. Oh, it's the hover I want to change. All right, so I was on the right thing. So we can change from white to yellow, and notice that it's yellow now, and when we hover over it, it goes blue. But this looks better white, actually. I like it white because of how everything is done right here. I also noticed that the glow in the background is green. I'm going to show you how to change that glow. This is what's called a box shadow. So you're going to hover over here, and you're going to edit container. You are going to go ahead and look for the border. Under the border, you're going to see box shadow, but the shadow only appears when it is hovered. So you're going to click on hover. Notice now that we have the box shadow. You can click on the box shadow. Notice that the box shadow color here is green. So we can change that from green to a red. And now the glow is going to be red. But our website is now blue, not green. So instead of going with red, we're going to go with something that is blue. All right. And this looks good. So notice it's green here because we haven't edited, but here it's blue. So we're going to keep that, and we're going to publish these changes. I also want to take a look on how to make a lot of changes very quickly. You're going to just hover over here, and you're going to copy. Notice it's green now. You hover again, you copy. You are going to paste style. So whatever design choices you have right here, once you paste style here, copy, and then paste style here, it's going to be done. So you don't have to go ahead and change everything. So if we go ahead and paste style, notice that we have the same thing. Now we're just going to go ahead and paste style for everything that is there. And we're going to publish. So now everything is going to hover with a blue shadow in the background. And let's say we want to edit this. So we said here, welcome to media company. What we really want to say is, and then I'm going to add a break. So this BR is the only HTML you need to learn for this tutorial. It's simply called a line break. And it's basically saying that for the next element, put it on another line, even if the line is not full. So we're going to say WordPress tutorial. This is a heading, means it's text. So we should be able to change the text size by just going to style on typography, and then just changing the size. All right. We can change the font by clicking on family and selecting another font. We can transform. So this is currently uppercase. We can go back to default. But the thing is that this font converts everything to uppercase. All right. So there's that going on for it. You can change the line height. All right. So let me just put this back. That's a little bit much. Put that one. You can change the letter spacing as well. All right. So let me just bring this back. All right. And you can change the word spacing. We don't have many words on the same line, so we're not going to see that effect. But that's basically how you can go ahead and do those changes. And the thing is that, guys, I want you to understand that this is very easy for you to do. So I think we can go ahead and show you how to make this section. So I'm going to go ahead and edit container. We're going to go to style, background overlay, and we are going to remove this section. All right, so we're going to remove the section and publish. Additionally, so this is something that I did before, but I didn't like how it was turned out, but I'm going to speed things up for you at relevant sections. And at different sections, I'm going to slow it down. So we're going to teach you now how to actually build this section from start to finish. We're going to teach you how to do image SEO, how to get free image compression, how to make your website faster, how to ensure that you're getting more of the right website traffic. That's people who are looking for your business, and everything in between. That's going to be in the next 2 parts of the tutorial. We also did some work on the contact page, but I think what we're going to be doing is we're going to keep the design for the contact page as is. We're not going to make too many changes, but what we're going to do is we're going to create our lead gen form. We can talk about the about page. So I will show you how to use ChatGPT to get content for your website. So we're going to do the lead gen section. Then we're going to get content for your website. And after we do that, I think we're going to be done with this tutorial. So we're getting there. Here's what we're going to do next. Like I said, we're going to learn how to make this section and how to continue editing websites. It's going to be fast at some points, slow at another point. And then we are going to learn how to do the lead gen. And then we're going to learn how to use ChatGPT to get content, word content, copyright, copy for our website. So copyright, not COPYRIGHT as in a legal thing, but WRITE as in copywriting, writing copy for your website. And that's what they call these fancy words and everything. I like what's happening here. If you notice, this is a section, or this container has 2 sections in it. So it's side by side. One's right here, one's right here. Within each of them, there are 2 images, and the images are spaced nicely with a lot of paddings. So if you click right here, edit container, advanced, you're going to see on the layout that everything is stacked on top of each other, on top of each other. This is not going to be full width because it stops right here. You notice where the purple outline stops. It's not full width, so you go to advanced and it says the custom width is 350 pixels. You can also increase it to 400 and you'll see, but we're going to keep it back at 350. They must have done it like that for a reason. We're also going to notice that there is a laptop here. And this is from a picture. So let's go ahead and edit container. There is no image that you can't use. So if you look, there's an image on the hover and it gets 110% on the width. That's what makes it seem to like increase like that. And they use the same image on the front without the hover. And that's how they're also going to make this effect. They're going to use the same image twice for the background, but on the hover, they're going to change the hover to make it 110% bigger. And that adds some really nice animation. Above the image, you're going to have the heading right here. And they add a background to this text or this heading. It's right here, the black. We can change it to blue, but we're going to keep it at black. And they do the same thing here for another text editor, actually. This one is, which is actually pretty amazing. Now you can just click on these and you can change click to change text, of course. You can do that, and you can do the same with this section, and it goes all the way like that, and it's here as well. Let's go ahead and publish these changes. I like what's happening down here, because what they have is they have the heading for education and experience. But after they have the heading for education and experience, they have another section with two containers, and within each container, they're going to have this layout. So first, they're going to have a heading, and then so they in the container, they're gonna have a heading, and they're gonna have this is a icon box, but they don't have an icon in the icon box. They're gonna have just the university and the description. And these are beside each other. So that means that the container is going to be left to right. And you have several containers, is what I'm seeing here. And notice the space. So what I want you to look at is there's a space between both containers. So this is one, and this is the other container. There's a space. We need to learn the difference between margin and padding. Padding is space within this gray area, and margin is the space outside. Think of padding as fat on the inside of the body that pushes your body outward and pushes everything around it away. Meanwhile, margin is basically fat outside the body, like your bad smell. It's going to push everybody away. They can't come too close. So it's gonna make your body bigger when you add padding, and it's gonna make the space that you take up larger when you use margin. That's a very good way of thinking about it. We did a detailed tutorial on margin and padding. It's in the description below, and we also did a detailed tutorial. It's on our YouTube channel, and we also did a detailed tutorial on Elementor. So we know how to edit this website as is. This is just another section with three containers. Three containers are side by side, and within each container we have an icon box. We have an icon. So there's something in the background. So if you edit container style background, you see there's an image. And let's look at the background overlay. There's nothing for the overlay. So I'm trying to figure out edit icon box. I'm gonna close. All right. So I figured it out. So I'm gonna go back again. All right, there it is. This icon that you see that gets yellow when we hover over it, that is actually a part of the icon box. Edit icon box is right here. You don't see it because of how it's designed. It's a SVG. But if you click on this trash, you'll notice that it's gone. But if you do that, just click right here, go to history, and then go back there, and you'll be good. So yes, that is it for this website. The same thing with this logo section, same thing with here. You can literally learn how to do all of this by just clicking, edit, and taking a look at the settings. You can try edit this container. Notice the width is 50%, and you can look at the advanced, and you notice what the margin is and everything like that. This is actually a pretty awesome website. So let's just go ahead and learn how to make this section for the hero section, and then we're going to move to the lead generation, and we're going to learn how to use ChatGPT to get content for your website. You're also going to learn how to get copyright media for your website and everything in between. So let's go. Now what we have right here is Elementor, and Elementor is called a WYSIWYG. Basically, it means what you see is what you get. All right, WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get. And how WYSIWYG works is instead of coding, so now whenever you're coding, you're going to have, for example, a page right here, like Microsoft Word. It's not going to be Microsoft Word, but it's going to be like that. And you're going to be writing a lot of code. But the code doesn't look like how the final website is going to look. That's the difference here. The difference here is that with a WYSIWYG, whatever you see on screen, so this is what we're working on. And there's this icon here that looks like an eye. It says preview changes. If you click on that icon, every change that you make here is going to be reflected in the actual design of the website. It's saying that whatever you see here in your design panel is what you're going to get on the front end that's going to be shown as the final product, which is not how coding works. How coding works is that you're going to have to visualize how to write all of this by using code. And that's the difference. It's also a drag and drop builder, which means that whatever you see here, you can drag it somewhere and drop it. Really, right? Drag and drop. So you literally drag it, drop it, and you can click on it and do basic editing. So I'm just going to write that here. you can click on it and do basic editing. All right. It's a lot like Microsoft Word with the styling. So you can click on style. You can change the text color. You can change the typography. Typography meaning you can change the font, the size, the weight. So you can, all right, I'm going to first change the color so we can see a little bit better. And then let's change the color from that to a full white. Now we have that. Actually, I'm going to use the accent color right here just so we can have it stand out. Then we can change the typography. So we can make it a little bit bigger or smaller. We can change the weight to something lighter. Oh wait, this font doesn't have a very light. This font doesn't have a very light version. So we can do that, change the font overall. And we can go from thin to bold. We can change the line height. All right, so let's just change the line height. We can change the letter spacing as well. And we can change the word spacing. And this is how you can go about just editing one element. Now, here's how it's going to work. Just click on this plus icon here, and it's going to ask you to add an element to your page. Remember, we said that what you see is what you get. So if you go ahead and publish these changes, see my hand, it's going to reload by itself, and whatever change you made is going to appear on screen. Now, we don't need this here because it's just going to, it's not going to look very good. So the next thing, so let's just go again and you'll see it happened. All right, there we go. The next thing that I want you to know is that you're building a page, right? So on a page, you're going to have multiple sections or containers. And within each section, you can add another section or container. And within these sections and containers, so you can have just one section or you can have a section or a container within a section. But the idea is that within these containers, you can select how data goes. So if you add a heading and you add an image, do they go on top of each other or do they go beside each other? That's the next thing. So you can add these widgets, but you don't just add them to the page. You have to add them to a container within a section. All right. So here's one section we're going to add right here. Let's click on this right here. You can drag a widget here if you'd like, but that's not going to be very effective because now you have added the widget, but as you can see, it is in a container for that section. So here's what we're going to be doing now. We're going to just learn how to edit this template. And I know that at times, if this is your first time, it's going to be a little bit confusing. But if not, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to understand. And that's the idea. You're not going to get it after just one video. After one video, as amazing as our videos are, you'll have a very good understanding of it. But until you start actually building your own website and doing the actual work, what you have is theory. And in theory and in practice, it's very different. It might be easy to understand in theory because it's not complicated. But in practice, you're going to need to get in some work. So you can just take a look at what we're going to be doing to edit this page. And then we go from there. So I'm going to publish these changes. I'm not sure which changes were made, but I'm going to leave it right there. We're going to assume that this is a website for a freelancer or a graphics design agency. So we're going to call him. So it says, hey, my name is Ryan Bever. So this is what you're going to see on YouTube, believe it or not. So I'm going to change this from Ryan Bever to, and then I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to call this. All right. And if, as you see, this doesn't look good at all, but there's a plan for this. So first thing we need to do is need to reduce the size, and we're going to have to change the font as well. So I'm going to go to typography, style typography, reduce the size. I also see that everything is uppercase. I'm going to just change that to capitalize. And yeah, now we're going to change the font because it seems that the font here is always going to be uppercase. So just click on that and we're going to use friendly font. Let's see if we can use Nunito Sans, if that looks good here. Nope, that doesn't look good at all. Anton, that might be a good font to use here. And that's a little bit heavy. It's very heavy. I might have to just go with the tried and true lot. I'm trying Meriwether. And as you realize, guys, you can use a lot of the fonts that you're familiar with in Microsoft Word. You can also go to Google and look up fonts. And if there's a font that you want to use that's not actually on WordPress, you can add that font to WordPress. So it's really amazing. All right, so we use a different font. Let me even see what font is here, because this might actually be pretty good. So welcome to Graphics Design WordPress tutorial by Zeilhan. And now that we added that, I'm going to move this here. I'm going to, the text editor here, I'm going to edit it. I'm not going to delete it, but I don't want it to be shown. So I'm going to go to advanced and responsive. Then we're going to add on desktop. And there we go. That's good. So I'm going to publish those changes. All right. There we go. That's all right. It says years of experience, projects completed, clients. So I'm going to say years of experience is 10 plus years. I'm going to say projects completed. The projects completed is, can say 149. And I'm not going to say clients, but I'm going to say 5-star ratings. And I'm going to explain something here, guys. The reason why I changed from, I think it was clients at 99. The reason why I changed it to 5-star ratings because right here is called above the fold, right? So once you load the website, this is what you're going to be seeing. And that's called above the fold. But here's the reason why this part is important. Whenever you buy a newspaper, the newspaper tends to be folded, right? And whatever you see here above the fold on the newspaper, which is the same place here that we're looking at on the website, determines if someone is going to go ahead and actually buy the newspaper. So you need to give them relevant information. So welcome to Graphics Design WordPress tutorial by Zeilhan. We're going to say years of experience, projects done. And the thing is that we need to show them. So we don't have clients. We have 5-star ratings. The reason why we use a 5-star rating is because telling them how happy our clients are or the quality of our work is more important than telling them how many clients we have. We can use how many clients we have to prove that we're a big agency or a big company, but that's not the best metric. The best metric is showing how good or how high the quality of your work is. So that's why we use 5-star ratings. I am going to be honest with you, I don't like this landing page at all. It's just not, it's not very exciting to look at, guys. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to change the design. So like I said, I don't like the section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate the hero section. So this is also a good time for you to learn how to do some amazing designing. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to grab a section. So I'm not seeing my sections. Why am I not seeing my sections? Is everything okay here? It doesn't seem so. Let's go ahead and refresh, guys. I don't know why, but the sections and controls weren't appearing. All right, now we see everything here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and click right here. We are going to add one flex box. All right, the flow of data is going to be top to bottom in this box or this flex box that we're going to be using. All right, now in this flex box, we are going to be replacing this section, really. So a few things that we are going to be using. I'm very excited about the layout. All right, but here's what we're going to change. We're not going to copy anything of such. Actually, we are. We're going to make our life easier. So we're going to copy here. And I'm actually just going to copy the entire section. And I'm going to paste it. All right, that's good. Now that we've copied the section and we've pasted it, we need to get some space. So we're going to say the min height. So right click, hover over the container, right click and go to edit container. We are going to change the min height to, let's change it to a percentage. So we're going to go about 70%. All right, that is good. Now we can go ahead and change the background type. We're going to add a picture to the background. Here's what we need to learn about pictures. And here's the reason why I've gone this route, because I want to teach you about image SEO. Whenever you're adding pictures to your website, do not do this. Don't go to Google. Do not go to Google type graphics design pictures, go to images, and let's say you see, let's find something amazing. Let's say you like this picture and you're like, ooh, I like this picture. And you save it and add it to your website. Don't do that. The reason is because it says so right here that images may be subject to copyright. And that is something that happens very often, where images posted online are owned by someone. If you just take them and upload them to your website, you can get sued. Instead, if you need to use Google, go to Tools, go to Usage Rights, and click Creative Commons. All images that appear here, for the most part, are safe for you to use on your website. As a matter of fact, I see this picture right here. I think I am going to click on it. It says free images, line graphics design, yada yada. Let's just take a look at the license details. We want Creative Commons CC 0. I think that's what we're looking for. All right. So CC1, this is public domain. I think we can use it. So let's take a look at the legal code. It says here how you can use it and if you need to give attribution. If I need to give attribution, I tend not to use it. But as you realize, this is kind of a lot of stuff to go through. So what we do instead is we go to actual websites. We go to websites that list only copyright-free media, so videos and pictures, sometimes sounds as well, and music for us to use. A few of these websites are first Pixabay. So Pixabay is awesome for getting free images that are copyright-free. You can go to Pexels. Pexels is also another great website, and we can go to FreePic. So on FreePic, I am going to look for photos, and I'm going to look for graphics design. And this is the type of agency that we're building. It can easily have been something else. All right, this looks really good. This is absolutely beautiful. I wonder if it's free. So you can select free over here. And look, it's actually free. Beautiful. So we're going to click on here. And there we go. This is free. So we're going to go ahead and download. And I'm going to change. So here's the next thing about downloading images. When you put the image on your website, so if you take a picture on your iPhone, that picture is going to be sometimes it's going to be 4K, 3840 by 2160. The problem is that your website doesn't need a 4K picture. And a 4K picture is going to take up a lot more space than a normal 1080p HD picture. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is that whenever you have a big picture, so let's say you have 5 pictures on your website, you're going to need to load all those pictures every time that web page loads, unless you use laser loading and some stuff like that. But still, for the most part, you're going to have to load those images. The bigger the images or store your website is going to be, and that's going to be even slower when someone uses it on mobile. Now, most of the traffic, over 80% of the internet traffic today is on mobile. So we're going to teach you how to, make your website ready for mobile devices a little bit later. But what you need to do is you need to ensure that your images are small. So do not download the 2000 pixel one. You can go with a 1000 pixel or you can go with a 1500 pixel. WordPress is about 1280 by 1020, I believe it is, or 1200 by 800, I think the default dimension for WordPress is. So you download something close to that. I'm going to just go with the 1500 just for this case. Once it's downloaded, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to compress it. You can use Photoshop to compress your images, but what we're going to use is we're going to use a free website that everyone can use called TinyPNG. So we can go to TinyPNG or TinyJPG. They're both the same. They look like this. And we're going to just grab our image, upload it here. So after we've grabbed our image and uploaded it, it's at 1.4 meg. It's compressed 89% to 155 kilobytes. You want to keep your images no more than 250 kilobytes, guys. Once that is downloaded, we're going to head over back to our website and we are going to highlight the section, edit container, go to style. We're going to go to background type and we're going to grab an image. We're going to upload that image that we just downloaded. After we've done that, we are going to do what's called image SEO. So what is image SEO? SEO is search engine optimization. And we've already optimized our WordPress install somewhat for getting visitors to our website. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to learn how to optimize our images for getting traffic, which is image SEO. First thing you're going to do is you're going to think about your business, who you serve, and what they will type in Google to find you. Now, what they would type in Google to find your business, to find your website, is called a keyword or a search term. And those are what you're going to optimize for most times. So what we're going to do is we're going to optimize this image that we're going to add to our website. We're going to optimize it for searching for users or website visitors who are searching for graphics design services for small businesses. All right. So it's going to go ahead and change the title to our business name, Zeilhan Design. Then we're going to use hyphens between each word, no space, hyphens, because it's the name of the image. We're also going to add our major service or a search term related to our service, the most popular search term related to our service. So we do graphics design for small businesses. And coincidentally, I'm sorry about the wheezing, guys. And coincidentally, guys, the graphics design for small business is something that website visitors would type into Google to find those exact services. So we can use it as a search term, as a keyword. So we're going to add that keyword right here, graphics design for small businesses. Now, for our alt text, we need to know what the alt text is. Whenever you go to the website and the page doesn't load properly, like the internet stops working or something, and you see the text, where the image would have been, you're oftentimes going to see text for that. So that is what alt text is for you. The alt text is basically just telling you that this is what the image is about, and someone who can't see, so they're going to use a screen reader on your website. When they come to your website, the alt text is what's going to be read to them. So it gives further description to the person on the website that is visually impaired about the image. Consequently, what it also does is it tells Google more about your image, which, because it improves user experience and it makes your website easier to understand, it's going to improve your SEO. So you're going to use a nice relevant search term and description here for your alt text. So I'm going to say graphics design. Let's say small business graphics. So business should be that, graphics design services. You're going to copy and paste in the description. And I tend to paste it in the caption as well. I've seen most of the bigger and more experienced SEO experts do that. So I'm just going to keep doing that for a while. And then once we've done all of these, change the name, the title, the alt text, and the description, then we're going to add it to our website. All right. So here is what we're working with. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to hover over to the position. Let me just bring this up. And we are going to change it to center. And the display size is going to be cover. Then if we bring it here, we notice that this looks kind of okay. So what we're going to do next is we are going to remove this section, or we can just bring this above for now, and let's see how that works. Now we need to increase the height. So let's go to the layout, and the minimum height is going to be that. All right. Now we need to have a transparent header. We don't have a transparent header. That's what's happening here. So we're going to go ahead and publish these changes. Once we click here, edit container, we notice that all our text is at the top. We do not want the text to be centered. So you're going to go to layout, and you are going to go to justify content center. You can use any one of these options as you might like and see how they work. All right. But for now, we're just going to go with center. And playing around with it like that is a good way to learn how to build websites better. And once we do this, we're good. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to add a dark overlay, because as you can see, it's a little bit blurry on the image. It's not like HD quality. Matter of fact, let me try uploading the actual uncompressed image. Let me upload the uncompressed image. So that's 1 megabyte, and let's see if that looks any different. It's not. All right, so let me go back. Yeah, so there are some changes, but I'm going to go with the background overlay and go with black. And I'm going to use a gradient. So one is black and one is completely transparent. I'm going to change the location from So if you want to know exactly what's happening, I just change the opacity to a full that. I'm going to bring over the dark area to where graphics design is to make it a little bit brighter. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. All right. And this is good. Now we can increase that a bit, and we can change this to about 1.4. And that looks good. So graphics design, and I guess that's okay. Or one thing we could do is we could edit the container where we have the text, not the container where everything is, but where we have the text, we over here and we edit this container. Style, background type, change this background to, let's see, black. We go to advanced. On advanced, at padding, we add in some padding. Let's go to 25 and see how that works. Change this graphics design text to a little bit smaller. All right. And we're going to add some border. Radius, let's add 5 or no, let's add 10. Is that it? Does that work? No, I'm not seeing the border here. Oh yeah, it's on this, not on this. That's where I need to, this is where I need to add the border. Style, border, radius, 5. Let's see how this looks. Yep, that looks good. Now what we can do is we can edit this container. This overlay that's here can be removed. So let's go ahead and remove that. To go back here, and edit there. We can change the transparency just a bit. And we can change the size. And there we go. Graphics design, WordPress tutorial by Zeilhan. I think I want to make this a little bit bigger, but that's aside from the fact for now. And I'm off screen again, guys. I don't even know when this happened. I don't know how long I've not been on the screen, guys. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit to WordPress. On WordPress, we are going to edit the page. I'm going to go right here, appearance, customize. We are going to go to header. Go to header. It says here it's a global header. But what I actually need is a transparent header. So we're going to click on transparent. And there we go. Now we have a transparent header. What we need to do is we need to design a transparent header. So we can change the background color of the transparent header. I don't think I'll do any of that. I think I'm just going to publish. I'm going to close right here. I'm going to go back to visit site. And we're going to edit with Elementor now that we have a better idea of what's happening here. All right, now we need to edit container. Is going to be done at the top. Let's make it emphasis. So click right here, EM, and we're going to, all right. Then now we go to layout and report height. It's really percentage we should have done though. So we're going to just do that. Now this looks good, but we can't see the menu and we can't see the header. So we're just going to go ahead and publish these changes. After we publish these changes, we're going to have to go back actually. So I'm going to do it right here. So I'm going to customize. All right. So this is a bit too much space. So I'm going to click on top row, row min height. Let's reduce that. Let's click on the main row, row min height. Let's reduce that. Yeah, that's good. And we can do a sticky state row shrink wherever, we're not going to do sticky state. But sticky state is where you're scrolling and the header actually sticks and it's always there. But we're not going to do that. And we can go to back and the header. We can go to headers, global headers. Transparent is there. We're going to go to the design of the transparent and we can make it a little dark. We can do that. If we do that, then once we go here and we click on the main row, then we see how much space we have around it. And we can click on the top row and see how much space. So if we go to 0, that's a little bit much. Yeah, so I think 50 pixels is good. And for the main row, I think 70 pixels is good. And we can publish these changes. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to have, let's go to the headers, global header, transparent is here. We're going to go to the design and we are going to remove this. So I don't want to keep overlay on the header, because here's what's going to happen. We're just going to go ahead and publish these changes. We're going to close right here. After we've published and closed, we're going to go to our contacts page. You might not be able to see it very well, but you see if I added a dark background here, then this would not work. That's the problem. So what we've done is we've just allowed it to be that way. We're going to go back to our home. We're just going to reload so that the changes are reflected that we just worked on. After that, we're going to go in a container, style, and background overlay. We are going to select our black. That's a good one. And we can change. Go ahead and publish those changes. And we're just going to leave. I don't like how dark it is though, guys. So I think maybe I'll use a gradient and the angle. So I'm going to increase the opacity so I can see where the angle is. All right. And the angle is exactly where I want it to be. It's at the top. All right, that's good. We can change the location. So we can do that. We can actually do this, guys. I don't like it though. I'm going to go ahead and take this over here. I'm going to move this section because let's just make it not show itself because it's showing off the design. All right, so we have some problems here where we're going to need some space here so that this is displayed properly. All right, so I see what's happening here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add above this section. So let's edit, container, advanced. The bottom is 150 pixels. We're going to add 150 pixels at the top as well. Do this. And that's good. 150 pixels is a bit much. So let's just go with 120 and see how that is. All right, that's good. So we have the skill sets. Now I'm going to show you how to make this section. Let's go ahead and publish. To make this section, you're just going to go ahead and add a section. Add a section. Now it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns within it. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to step away from this page just a second, words, right? And we're going to take a look at the contact page. And when we do the contact page, we're going to also do our lead generation for the requester project. And that's how we're going to progress from here. So just go right here. So I'm going to exit to WordPress. Let's go back here. And we're going to go to edit with Elementor on contacts. All right, so we have this image right here. We are going to go back to free pick. We're going to grab a picture for our, so just look for a really nice picture. I have a nice idea actually. Could perhaps use something like Mid-Journey to create a picture. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. I kind of like this, so we're going to download this. And let's go with the medium size. We're going to upload to Tiny JPG. It's going to be compressed nicely. Download. After downloading, we are going to head back over to our contact page. We are going to click on this section, the container. We're not going to change anything here in the background just yet. What we're going to use, we're going to go over to the image, edit image. We're going to see the content. Let's click on the content. We're going to upload the picture that we just compressed. Remember to do image SEO at all times, guys. Then we're going to do image SEO, add this image to our website. And after we've added the image to our website, we're going to edit the container. I don't like how it's not round, to be honest, guys. I think we go to style. I don't know how to get it to be round. We're going to edit container. We're going to remove the background. There's a background image there. Remove that. We're going to add an image. Then we can use the same image that we have on the dashboard and cover. We're going to go back to free pick actually and get something for that one. Something that is, I like this picture. So I'm going to download that one. Go into grabs. All right, so I'm just go ahead and use this one. I think this will work. All right, there we go. Go over to Tiny JPG. All right, once we've downloaded those, just go ahead and download. And this is compressed save. Head over back to our website. I'm going to go to images, upload files. Remember to do image SEO yet again. Add this image. We're going to save it right there. All right, so we change this from blue and change it to black. And there's an overlay, certainly. We're going to change this to black. That's what we needed to change. It's 80% transparency. Just going to go ahead and reduce that. All right. So once we reduce that, all right, let's, it doesn't look too bad. Let's go ahead and edit container style, background. Let's see center, if that's good. And let's try top center. That might be better. Nope, center is the best one. And I like what's happening here. Let's see if we can just go back. We're gonna remove that. We're gonna go back to our overlay, 61%. All right, go to layout, add some height. Advanced, we need some padding at the top just to remove it from the menu. All right, that's good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and remove the overlay. I'm going to remove the overlay. I'm going to publish these changes. We are going to head back here and I'm going to customize because I'm going to add a dark overlay to the background, to the header. Dark overlay, a dark background, actually, a dark background to the header because it's not very easy to see. So we're here, global header, transparent design, transparent state. We're gonna add some dark shade to that, and can change this to dark mode. Now let's see how this looks. All right, that's kind of okay. So we can make it a little bit darker. And I'm gonna publish these changes. Close, go back here. These are published. Let's go ahead and refresh. All right. And it's refreshed, but I'm not enjoying it very much. I am not enjoying it very much. This design is not going as well as I would have liked it. And I'm not on screen again. Like, when did I lose or when did I not be on screen? Like, I don't know. All right. So here I am back on screen. I am back on screen, guys. So we can go ahead and click right here. Like, I don't like the design, guys, to be honest. I'm just not enjoying it. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go ahead and exit to WordPress. After exiting to WordPress, we are going to take a look at the homepage again, which is so strange. Like, I would have liked if I could exit directly to the homepage, but WordPress changed a bit recently. We're going to run some updates. WordPress changed a bit recently where that isn't set. You can only exit to one place. All right, let's visit site. So we've learned how to edit the template. We've learned how to edit pages, how to get pictures, copyright pictures, compress them, keep our website fast, image SEO. So we know how to edit this website. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do, like I promised, we are going to create the requests project page, or request project page. Now, this is something that we're going to have to make from the ground up, meaning that we're going to make the form, we're going to make the page, we're going to add put the form to the page, etc., etc. But for now, after we've completed that, we also need to take a look at the About Me section. And the reason we're doing the About Me section is because I'm going to teach you how to use ChatGPT to add content to your website. But I've just remembered that I didn't teach you about website responsiveness. I didn't even promise to teach you about that. So we're going to take a look at website responsiveness. We're actually going to use this page as well. And I think I'll just do ChatGPT. So go ahead and click Edit with Elementor. There's something I'd really like for you to learn. So most of the traffic on your website is going to be from mobile. And what that means is that if your website isn't optimized for mobile, meaning that your website doesn't work and should display properly on mobile, you're going to have some issues because you're going to have most of your traffic coming from mobile, yet mobile isn't working. So you're going to lose a lot of traffic, and that's going to be bad for your SEO and conversions, and it's going to hurt your pocket. Website responsiveness is when your website works beautifully and perfectly on desktops, on tablets, on mobile devices, meaning that across all different screen sizes, your website works well. And to make your website responsive in Elementor is actually pretty easy. So you have your Elementor editor up right now. What you're going to do is you're going to scroll to the top, and this is going to be your website responsiveness panels, or what do we call these things? Well, anyway, tabs. So you can click on the little one right here. This is a mobile portrait. And this is going to show you, if you bring the site, it's going to show you exactly as it will look. This is going to show you exactly what your website will look like for use when you're using a mobile device. And there are some things here that I see that we can change. So we're going to go ahead and change those shortly. And it looks beautiful, right? And this is especially effective when you use a starter template like these from Blocksy, because they come responsively designed. So as long as you keep the content properly and you don't change the design, it's most times going to be responsive. But what we're going to do is we are going to show you how to make your website responsive. So let's just bring this back here. So let's say that this text is a little bit too big for the screen. So it's displayed too big. You just click on the text, like normal, edit heading, go to style. And I want to show you that it says here that it's for mobile portrait. So you look beside alignment, you see the mobile, the icon for the phone or the mobile phone or a smartphone. It says it's mobile portrait. And you can click on it and change across different orientations. So we're going back to mobile. You're going to click on typography. It's size. So whenever you see this icon, it means that it's going to change it only for this orientation or only for the screen size. So for mobile, we can make our About Me a little bit smaller, or we can make it bigger. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller like this. And I'm going to take a click on this. It says it's large. We can go with the medium, see what that's like. It's not going to change too much. Let's go back to our large. We can go to style, and our width is, that's good. This is our image. We're not going to change our image, and everything looks beautiful, kinda. What I don't like though is that if you take a good look, and this is perhaps going to be my problem, not yours, based on the colors that I'm using and you're using, but you notice that birthday, nationality, study degree, freelance, email, phone, address, all these are headings, and they come with a different color, but the color isn't easily identified. So what you can do, now you don't have to, but what you can do, and what I would do is I would get a contrast color. So let's say birthday, go to style and change the color. You could change to a contrast color, but the thing is that you don't want to use an accent color so willy-nilly. So you might want to use something like a blue that's easier to see. All right. And that will help you to identify your headers and your website visitors as well. Help them to identify your headers. And you can continue like that. It's the same thing with my services. and so on and so forth. What I'm going to do is, guys, so this website is responsive as it is. We're going to take a look at the tablet version as well. So go to tablet, go right here, and we're going to scroll. Notice how everything is working beautifully. All right, so we're just going to scroll and take a look at everything that is happening here. All right, so we see this section. All right, we can keep it like that, but I think what I'll do is I'll just click right here, edit container, go to advanced, go to the width. Where is the width? Go to layout perhaps then. So I'm trying to find the width, guys. So I think I can go to percent, go 50. And these are all going to take some time. So I noticed that the entire thing is not in one container, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to move this to be right beside here and then have one at the bottom, but it's not going to work so easily because of how containers are organized. But if you take a look at this, the design isn't bad. I don't like the blank space here. That's just a personal preference, but it can work. Go ahead and publish my changes. Continue scrolling and taking a look at everything that is here. These are all beautiful. And the website, as it is, like I said, because we haven't done many changes, it comes responsive. All right, this is beautiful. So we're going to go back to our desktop version. And on our desktop version, I want to show you something, which is how to use ChatGPT to get copy for your website. Now, there is word called copywriting, where it's basically words mythology. Words, right? Where you're basically using words to evoke an emotion, build a relationship, and eventually get the sale or solve the problem or develop loyalty, whatever it is that your objective is. The reason why I bring this up is because a lot of times you have to, in building a website, you have to get a website copywriter separate. But with ChatGPT, you can forego those costs. And let's just go to ChatGPT. So this is ChatGPT. After we've gone to ChatGPT, open a new chat with ChatGPT. You're going to say to ChatGPT, act as a copywriter and write an about section introducing me to my website visitors. An about section for my website introducing me to my website visitors and helping me build a relationship with them that leads to trust. Now, what is your website about? My website is about my freelance graphics design business where I help small businesses. So what is your website about and what does your business do? Where I help small businesses. Can you have a freelance business? You're either freelance or you have a business, right? But I'll leave it. So what do? We help small businesses attract sales through using, what do we use? Social media posts. We use art, inspiration, now posts and quotes, and graphics design. Yeah, it's not videography, and social media to promote. So my mic is shaking. So act as a copywriter and write an about section for my website, introducing me to my website visitors and helping me build a relationship with them that leads to trust. Now you're going to say my website is about freelancing. It's a freelance graphics design business where I help small businesses attract sales through using art, inspirational posts and quotes, and social media to share helpful information and build a relationship with their ideal customers. Now, the name of the business is Zeilhan Designs. I have 8 years of experience in graphics design, and I have helped over 103 clients increase their sales using my strategy. Right? So how long is the section? Right? 2 paragraphs introducing me and my services to my customers, to my website visitors. You could tell it to make the paragraphs 100 words. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to send that. After we've sent that, we're going to get some wonderful feedback. And this is going to be the copy for our website. Just go ahead and copy this. Copy. I'm going to go right here. Just paste. My name is Jabez Roberts. So I'm just going to put my name, Jabez Roberts. And then now we're going to copy this next section. You could copy the entire thing. All right. And paste it right here. All right, then. So that's how we're going to use ChatGPT. Now, we're going to have these information here. You don't need ChatGPT for that, but you're going to have my services. So we're going to ask ChatGPT to write a subheading for the my services header. All right. So we'll just say to ChatGPT under the same message, please write. So please write a subheadline for the My Services section and header for the About page. It should be less than 20 words. And this will give us a nice subheader. So it's going to be Services Headline, transforming ideas into designs that drive results. And I don't like this subheadline. I'm going to ask it to say, just tell it it's My Services, write a subheadline, and creative solutions to boost sales. So creative solutions elevate your brand and boost sales. Copy. And we're just going to paste it in. We have our services, UX design, UI design, graphics design. So we're going to ask to write a summary for our services. And we're going to say the summaries should be no more than 20 words, or just say 30 words. And we send that over. And here it's giving us all the subheadlines. And this is how we're going to go about just going through. So this is for UI design. Just click on it, edit and paste, copy and paste. This is for UX design. I'm going to go through it, copy and paste. And there we go. So as you notice, this is very doable for any website. Now I'm going to save this because this is amazing work. So I'm going to save that. Now, after we've achieved that much, the next thing that we're going to now do is we're just going to leave here, going to exit to WordPress. After we exit to WordPress, I'm going to show you how to create a page. So we're going to create a page, and then we're going to get the form, the lead form for the call to action, which is really the button, is request project. So we're going to get the request project form. So we're going to go to dashboard. We are going to go to pages, add new page. We are going to call this page request project, and we're going to publish this page. After we've published, we can view the page. There won't be much to look at, but the page is there, so there won't be much to look at. One of the ways that I like to design new pages rather quickly is by clicking on a page that's already designed. That's the contacts page, and I'm going to edit with Elementor. On the new page, we're also going to edit with Elementor. On the contacts page that is now loading, I'm going to wait for it to load. After it is loaded, I am going to copy this section, and I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to paste this section, and I'm going to publish. I'm going to change this from contact me to request project. All right. And I'm going to publish. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't look the same, does it? And that's because we have this right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to have to click right here on this gear for the page settings. It says here that the title and so on, page layout is default. Hide title is not activated. So we're going to do the same on how our actual page layout is default, title is not activated. So now we're going to head back to the dashboard. For the contact page, we're going to head back to the dashboard as well. On the contact page, we're going to take a look at the page settings. So just click on Blocksy. And it says here, page title is disabled. So we're going to go to request project, click on Blocksy, page title, and we're going to disable. Save that. Let's view the page. And we have a section here that needs to be removed. So we're going to edit page again. So edit page, go back to contacts. All right, page title is that. Our page structure is this one. Go back to request project, click on Blocksy. Page structure is this one. Content area style source. We're going to look for the same thing over here. It's inherit. And then the content area vertical spacing is custom with this one. But we know that it's not the same here. So we're going to say custom with this one. And then we are going to save. And then now we are going to view the page. So I need to be able to view the page. Where's the link? Okay, here we go. Now we're going to view the page, and voila, our request project page is okay. Now that we have this going on for us, what we're going to do is we're going to go to dashboard. We are going to get the form for our request project. So we need to add a form to this page, all right? So we're going to go to form, plugins. We're going to add a new plugin. I like using this plugin. It's like one of my favorite plugins, guys. It's so simple. And I'm going to go with Fluent Forms. We are going to install Fluent Forms. You can install Fluent SMTP. What SMTP does is it ensures that the emails on your website gets delivered to you and to your viewers, or well, your subscribers. So sometimes WordPress has email deliverability issues because it's written in PHP, and sometimes your server and so on doesn't work with PHP. So you need to put something there that converts and translates, and it's not so complicated, but yeah. So what happens with SMTP plugins is that it helps with email deliverability. We have a tutorial on that on our website. You can check it out. So we've installed Fluent Forms. I don't see activate come up. So I'm just going to go to plugins, install plugins. Fluent Forms is here. Let's go ahead and activate Fluent Forms. Now we need to make the request project page. So we're going to go to Fluent Forms. We're going to go to Forms. There might be a request project page there somewhere. We're going to add new form. Let's take a look at our templates, and let's see what's happening. So project, request. So we kind of have a request project form. So I'm just going to make this form from scratch. I'm going to add new form, new blank form. And it's WYSIWYG, just like with Elementor, so it's going to be easy for you guys. So we're going to grab a name field, drag and drop. We're going to click on it. We just need the first name, and we're going to click on it, and we're not going to call it first name, we are going to call it name. And the placeholder text, we're just going to say enter your name. Then we're going to click right here. We need their email address. Click right here. We're also going to need their phone number. So we're going to add a simple text, and we're going to call that contact number. We could use the numeric field, but it's not going to be displayed as well because it's like counting. It's not necessarily for a phone number. So we're going to have the contact number there. I'm going to close that. Now, we also need to find out what their budget is, and we need to get their address of the location, because if they request, well, I'm thinking about the wrong thing. So after we've got After we receive their name and email and contact number, we need them to tell us what they would like us to do for them. So we're going to get a text area. So it's right here, text area. That is good. We can add more columns, but we're going to leave it as it is. It's required. Your name is required. Name field. Right here. And now it's required, because how else is the thing going to be helpful if we don't even know who we need to do the work for, right? And our email required, and the contact number also required. And this can be our project request form. We can also see if we can add the option for them to upload a file, but you need to upgrade to Pro for that one. It's worth it though. And let's see what else we might need. Let's see if we can add a checkbox. All right. On our checkbox, we're going to ask which service do you need? And we're going to change this to UX design. And we're going to say this is required. The difference between the checkbox and the radar button is that the checkbox, you can select more than one of these options. Meanwhile, with the radar button, you could only select one of the 5. So they might need more than one service. And this is going to be our submit button. Our website color is blue, so we don't need to change the color. But if you want to change the color of your button, you click on button right here. You're going to go to the button style, and you're going to go to custom, and you can change, or you can use one of these colors right here already. But I'm just going to stick to my default. All right, then we're going to save this form. Wait, let's rename it request project. Request project. And that is renamed. We're going to save the form. After we've saved the form, we're going to go to settings and integrations. This is where we're going to do something interesting. On settings and integrations, we are going to add a thank you page for the form. Now, the reason why we add a thank you page is because when you're running Google Ads and someone requests a project, you need to know that they actually did that. And the easiest way to do that is by saying only people who have requested a project successfully and submitted and everything will be able to see the thank you page. And then you say to Google or Facebook, and if you want Google Ads and Facebook Ads, of course, we can do that for you. You say to Google Ads or Facebook Ads that whenever someone views this page, it means that they are a lead because they've submitted this form. So all views of this page are leads. And you can tell your website to tell Google not to list it on Google search, only on Google Ads. Only if someone has the URL, they can visit the page, basically, or if they submit a form. So you're going to just go ahead and say to a page, but we don't have that page yet. So we're going to go right here, new, and right click, open new tab for page. We are going to call this thank you project request, because I like to have more than one thank you page. Thank you page for leads, thank you page for project requests, thank you page for sales, and so on. So I'm going to say thank you project request. We're going to publish this one. And we're not going to have the thank you project request here, but because we've saved the form, we can go ahead and reload. We are going to go to a page, and it's going to be thank you project request. We can leave everything here as is. So deny empty form submission, and everything here is beautiful. Go ahead and save settings. Now we need to set up what's called an email notification. You remember at the start of the website tutorial, I was saying to you that, set the date and time. I was saying set the time for the location where you are. This is where that comes in. So we're going to go to email notifications. We are going to enable, and then we're going to click the gear icon, and we're going to say request project notification email, and we're going to say new request project, new project request, and this is going to have all the data. Don't have to worry about that, and we're going to save settings. Now, if you want this form, so let's click on the gear icon again. If you want this form to go to a different email than your admin email, you're going to put comma, and you're going to say my email at email.com. So it's going to put your email right there, but we don't need that, so whatever. And go back, and this is good. Now we can click right here to copy, and if I move myself, you see it says copied. We're going to go back. So we're going to pages, all pages. We are going to go to our project request project. We're going to edit with Elementor. To add the form to our page, we're going to click right here, Flexbox, Xbox. We are going to click right here. You can do Fluent forms, which is one of the easier ways. So you can say just Fluent forms and you select the project request form. Or you have another section. Remember, you copied the code. You can just add a short code. Drag and drop here, paste your short code there, and the form is going to appear. But I'm not going to use that one. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a header, put it over here. I'm using the Fluent Forms plugin, guys. So this header is going to be complete. And I'm going to go ahead and just copy this and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to make it way smaller and the height. And yeah, that's all right. I don't think this squiggly line is needed. It's going to say complete the form below. I think I might even center this. Yeah, that looks a bit better. And yeah, so let's see. Yeah, that looks good. But we're going to have this gentleman be over the form. To do that, you click on the image, edit image. You're going to go to advanced and you're going to raise the Z index to 1. And that's going to put it over here. And that's good. Publish. What we can do is we can edit our container. We can add some padding. So 20, 20. Oh wait, that's 30. I need 20, 20, and 30, 30. And yeah, we're good. Publish. And that looks nice. Now the next thing that we're going to do, so we've done that. So we looked at the about page, we looked at responsiveness, we looked at, oh, I haven't added the link to, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see the screen. I haven't added the link to the actual request project. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave right here. So we've published. Let's exit to WordPress. I want to take a look at this page. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to copy link. Copy link. We're going to go to our dashboard. We go to appearance and customize. On appearance and customize, we're going to go the fast way. We're going to hover over the button here. Click on it. And the link is right here. Just go ahead and paste in that link. And we're going to save it. Yeah, that's good. And we're going to publish. So now we have the logo. No, we have the call to action in the header. Let's go ahead and close that. We're going to visit site and we're going to request project. It's going to take us here. If we submit the form, it's going to take us to the thank you page. So let's go ahead and edit with Elementor. Contact, we're going to edit the contact page with Elementor. Remember, we have a fast way of going about everything. So we're going to copy, go back to our thank you project request, and we're going to paste right here. And we're going to say, thank you for your request. We can delete this image and container with thank you for your request. That's all it's going to be. And we can design this page. I normally design it a little bit more, but I can't be bothered. So I'm just going to grab a button. I'm going to say home, return home. And I'm going to call this home. And let's see if there's a button on the contact page. I do not think so. Nope. And no. So we're going to go return home, advanced, emphasis. And remember to make your website responsive, guys. Style, center. We can keep it here. The text color is going to be white. The color is going to be blue. Blue is not working at all. We're going to make this weight 600. And then we're going to hover. It's going to be white. color is going to be blue. My text color is blue, and the background is white. All right, and we're just going to make this blue as well. You can have a hover animation, which is pretty cool, but I'll leave that up to you. And we just go ahead and publish. Now we're going to head back to our dashboard. Remember, we looked at this page. I already told us what the settings should be like. So on our dashboard, we're going to go to Blocksy, page title, disable, go back, and we're going to content area vertical spacing custom with this one selected. What is it called? It's called disabled. And now if we view page, everything should be good. Now, this is a boring page. Normally, I do a lot more work than that, but I'm not going to do it for this tutorial, simply because I just want you guys to know how to get your own freelance and graphics design website up and running. So this is good as it is. You go home now, and everything is there. We went through all of this stuff, so you should be comfortable editing everything here. And yeah, so what do you do next? The next things that you're going to do is you're going to go through our WordPress tutorials. You're going to see how to set up rank math. Go ahead and do that. How to make your website faster. Go ahead and do that. You might want to set up Google Analytics. That is there also. Go ahead and do that. If you're a local service-based business, like you're a plumber or a contractor, or you work with local clients and you have an office, go ahead and set up Google My Business. The tutorial is there for that as well. It's pretty much going to help you get a lot more clients. There's a tutorial for setting up MailChimp. Go ahead and watch that. As you realize, there's so much to go into building an actual functional good website that works, that it's not like we can teach you everything in one tutorial, which is why there is a playlist. Go ahead and watch that playlist. That playlist will have everything that you need to do next to get your website to go live, and so on. It's going to be amazing, guys. You have done an amazing job to make it this far. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And I think that this is it. If I forget something, I will continue the tutorial. But I think for now that this is it. Thank you, guys. Let's get going to the next one.